Hi guys, welcome back to Automobile Infos. After the 6.212 update, the BE6, the XEV9E and the XEV9S got some new climate control features. In this video, we're going to have a look at all of them. We'll see what they do and whether they're actually useful or not. To access the climate control menu, did you know the shortcut? So you long press this button and you reach the climate control menu. You do not have to click various things, just long press this button and you're in. Now in this menu there is nothing new, but when you go to smart you actually have three new functions. Earlier you used to have economy, AC max and clear view. Clear view defogs the front windshield with full capacity. AC max cools, so it sets the temperature to minimum and fan speed at highest. Economy, when your charging is low or if you want to save your battery, then economy actually spends less energy on the AC. But what do these three do? So now this is actually the keep mode, and what this happens is, and what this does is it says that turn off ignition to turn on keep mode. So I've turned off the battery, I've turned off the car, but you see the AC is still working. So for keep mode, basically you can, if you're going out of your car for 5 or 10 minutes and you've parked it in the sun and you want the car to stay cool, then you can basically turn on the keep mode. Now let's see if I get out of the car and I lock it. You can actually hear the compressor still working. And now if I go again, so the AC is still working. So basically what keep mode does is it keeps your AC on, and also now I can just turn the car on and it says exiting keep mode. So basically when you turn on the car will switch back to normal climate control. I'll just reduce the fan speed. Also, the moment you turn on keep mode, automatic AC also turns on at the temperature. So for the video I set it at 24 and lowered the fan speed so that there wasn't disturbance in my voice. But when I turned it on keep mode, it switched to auto automatically. Next, when you go to smart, you have this PawPal. So what this does is PawPal turn off ignition to start the PawPal. Climate will stay active with the screen displaying current interior temperature. So from here I just turn it off and you can see, just pausing here, my family will be back soon. So AC is on at 24 degrees and you can see again I can just move right out with the key, lock the car. We'll also check if it works. So here you can see, and it is actually big text, so that is pretty smart that they didn't write too small, so people from outside can actually read it and not worry if they see a pet inside the car. So the AC will keep working, and let me just check a thing. So rear AC also starts working actually. All the ACs start working here and at the rear as well. I had turned off rear AC because I am the only one who drives. So rear AC also turns on. Also a smart thing, because if you have a pet, they're most likely going to be in the rear seat. And the moment you turn the car on, the climate control actually switches back, but it does not remember your settings. So for example, I had not turned it on at auto, I had actually turned it on at fan speed 1. You have to do that again, but not a big issue. This is actually very smart of them. Alright, now the next we have is, when you go to smart, you have CampMe. So now it is maintaining the cabin temperature at 24 degrees Celsius. because I had set the AC. This is also a pretty cool wallpaper. But actually, what is the benefit of CampMe? So for example, let's see what the benefit actually is. So actually, on the Tesla website, Tesla also gets CampMe mode. So what they have mentioned is that if you walk out of your car with the key inside, normally the car will honk when you close this door. But in CampMe it should not honk, because for example, you're camping and you leave the key inside the car and you walk out for a couple of minutes, the car should not honk, because then others will get disturbed. I'll just see if the Mahindra manual mentions anything about the CampMe mode and then get back. Alright, so I googled a little bit, and the only thing the CampMe does is it lets you stay inside the car. I do not know how this is different than leaving your car on with the AC on and then sitting inside it. The only thing that it does is it actually reduces energy being spent on other things inside the car. So if you've turned on CampMe, probably the energy being spent in other things is less, but I do not think that it is going to make much of a difference. So basically this is just a wallpaper as far as I think. The lock thing that Tesla does, that is not working. The car is not honking at all. The moment I turn off the car, the climate control turns off. So this is not something that you can turn off the car and then walk out of it and the car stays cold. That is with Keep and PawPal. But anyways, next you actually have schedules. So you can change this. Want to repeat this departure time? Okay, so it actually says that condition your vehicle for the next ride. And if I can, how do I set this? Okay, want to repeat this, what day it is? It is Tuesday. And then next, conditioning should be 24. Enable cabin conditioning. Okay, and departure time, so right now it is 1:01. Let me do 1:05 p.m. 24. Finish setup. Schedule 1 updated. So now if I get out of my car 1:05 p.m., it is not a Tuesday, it is a Wednesday today. Okay, Wednesday, then cabin conditioning 1:05 p.m. and then finish setup. Now it says schedule 1 updated. So now technically, if I just turn off my car and go out of it and walk away, when I come back at 1:05, the AC should be on. Probably it turns on the AC 5 to 10 minutes before your departure time. I'm not sure, but we'll just check. It is 1:06 now. Let's see if when I get in. Nope. The AC is actually turned off. So I will also have to see about this. Probably you need to set a time in the future by at least a few minutes, but we will see now. So now I will set I will go to the climate control settings, then I will go to schedules. Now I will actually change this to enable cabin conditioning. Should work actually. So for I will probably do it about 4:40 maybe. Okay, so now this is 3.5 hours ahead from the time now, and we will come back at 4:40 and see, or we will come back at 4:35 and see if the AC has turned on. So I will just do this, and it says schedule 1 updated. I'll see you back at 4:30. Okay, so now it is 4:36 and I can actually hear the compressor working. So basically for my 4:40 departure, the car has estimated how much time it would need to reach the temperature that I have set. For example, I set it to 24 degrees. So now it is 4:36 and the departure I set was 4:40 and the AC was already turned on. I just got down. So the car basically estimates that how much time it would take to reach 24 degrees and my departure time, and then it turns the AC on by itself. This is actually probably one of the most useful features that I have seen. You can see, you can probably hear, and the cabin is actually pretty cool already. It is a lot cooler than it would be if the AC was turned off, and it is sunny outside, so it is at least 30 degrees plus, and you can see that it is actually saying cabin conditioning ready by 4:40 p.m. and so you can see it is 34 degrees outside and the cabin actually feels a lot cooler. And also if I go to climate here in schedules, you can see that 4:40 p.m. was the departure time that I had set. And I can also go to settings here and change, like if I want to repeat it on Monday, Tuesday, I can just select daily. Then weekdays it will select these automatically, weekends it will select these automatically. This is probably the most useful feature out of all. And of course you are going to need some minimum battery percentage. I presume 20%, like the AC will not start if your car's energy dips below 20%. But actually this does not make too much of a difference, because either ways when you come down to the car and say it is 40 degrees outside and then you turn on the AC will consume energy. So if you've pre-cooled the cabin, it is still using the same energy just a little earlier. So it actually makes your drive a lot more comfortable, and you do not need to come into the car, especially because this gets an all black interior. It gets super hot when it is standing in the sun, even the roof, so everything is black, and it traps a lot of heat. So this is probably the feature that I'm going to use the most. In the smart section, I do not have a pet, so PawPal is of no use to me. Keep is probably useful, but realistically speaking, how many of us would keep our AC on, then turn the car off, then step out, do our work, and come back? What if we take too long and the car would just keep its AC on, is what I'm presuming. Although there is probably a limit that it has, that it will only work for 10 minutes or something. CampMe also I didn't find that useful. It's just this screen is cool, don't get me wrong, but come on, is there really a use for this? So schedule time is, I think, the most useful feature. And also, if this is just a demo thing you were doing, do remember to turn it off, otherwise the car will keep getting cooled every day at this time. So these were all the new climate control features that are included with the version 6.212. If this video helped you, please give it a like. Subscribe to Automobile Infos for more such content. I've been receiving a lot of questions about the suspension, whether it is better after the 6.212 update. So just remember, set your timers. Sunday at 10:30 a.m. the video will officially go live. I've done a detailed analysis. I've explained everything. For those of you who haven't felt a difference in the suspension, and for those who feel like it's gotten worse, stay tuned. That video is definitely going to help you. I've done a detailed analysis and I'd love to get your love, support, and your feedback on the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Drive safe and have a happy journey.